Question 1. What does this sign indicate you should do? A. Give way to all traffic. B. Stop before the intersection. C. You have priority. D. Proceed with caution. Answers is A. Give way to all traffic. The inverted triangle sign means give way. You must give priority to traffic on the road you are joining or crossing. Slow down and be prepared to stop if necessary. Question 2. What is the maximum speed limit on a motorway in the Netherlands during daytime 60 unless otherwise? A. 80 km per hour. B. 120 km per hour. C. 100 km per hour. D. 130 km per hour. Answers is C. 100. During daytime hours 6:00 to 19:00, the general maximum speed limit on Dutch motorways is 100. At other times 19:00 to 6:00, it's 130, if not posted otherwise. Question 3. What does this sign indicate for oncoming traffic? A. You have priority. B. Oncoming traffic has priority. C. Road ahead is closed. D. No entry. Answers is B. Oncoming traffic has priority. This sign, a red circle with a black arrow pointing up and a red arrow pointing down, means priority over oncoming traffic is, you must give way to any vehicles coming from the opposite direction. Question 4. When approaching a roundabout, which of the following is generally true in the Netherlands? A. Always stop before entering. B. Give way to traffic already on it. C. Traffic entering has priority. D. Only give way to traffic from left. Answers is B. Give way to traffic already on it. In the Netherlands, unless otherwise by signs or road markings, traffic already on the roundabout has priority over traffic entering the roundabout. Always check for signs. Question 5. What does this sign mean for a driver? A. No overtaking. B. End of overtaking zone. C. Overtaking allowed. D. Minimum speed limit. Answers is A. No overtaking. This prohibitory sign, a red circle with 2 cars, 1 red, 1 black, indicates that overtaking is forbidden for all motor vehicles, except for vehicles. Question 6. What is the primary purpose of hazard lights? A. To indicate a turn. B. To warn others of a hazard. C. To signal a stop. D. To indicate parking. Answers is B. To warn others of a hazard. Hazard lights, all turn signals flashing simultaneously, are used to warn other road users of a stationary or slow-moving vehicle that poses a temporary obstruction or danger. Question 7. What does this mandatory sign indicate? A. Proceed straight. B. Roundabout ahead. C. One-way street. D. Dead end. Answers is B. Roundabout ahead. This blue circular sign with 3 white arrows forming a circle indicates a roundabout. Drivers must follow the direction of the arrows around the central island. Question 8. You're driving on a priority road. What should you generally assume at junctions without specific signs? A. You have priority. B. Give way to traffic from right. C. Give way to all traffic. D. Stop and check. Answers is A. You have priority. The sign with a yellow center indicates a priority road. On a priority road, you generally have priority over traffic entering from side roads unless specific signs state otherwise. Question 9. What does this prohibitory sign mean? A. No stopping. B. No parking. C. No entry. D. Give way. Answers is C. No entry. This red circle with a white horizontal bar means no entry or do not enter. It prohibits all vehicles from entering the road or area where the sign is displayed. Question 10. What is the general maximum speed limit inside a built-up area in the Netherlands unless A. 30 km per hour, B. 70 km per hour, C. 50 km per hour, D. 80 km per hour? Answers is C. 50. The general maximum speed limit within built-up areas inside and towns in the Netherlands is 50, unless specific signs indicate a different limit. Question 11. What does this sign warn you about ahead? A. Slippery road, B. Uneven road, C. Roadworks, D. Loose gravel. Answers is A. Slippery road. This warning sign depicts a car skidding, indicating a slippery road ahead. Drivers should reduce speed and exercise extra caution, especially in wet or icy conditions. Question 12. When is it permitted to use the hard shoulder on a motorway? A. For overtaking slow vehicles, B. During heavy traffic congestion, C. Only in or when directed, D. To pick up passengers. Answers is C. Only in or when directed. The hard shoulder is strictly for emergency use e.g. breakdown, medical emergency, or when instructed by police or road e.g. as a temporary lane in specific circumstances. Question 13. What does this sign mean? A. No stopping, B. No parking, C. Parking prohibited, D. Loading zone. Answers is A. No stopping. This sign, a blue circle with a red diagonal line, means no stopping. You are not allowed to stop or park your vehicle, even briefly, at the place where this sign is displayed. Question 14. When must you use dipped headlights during the day? A. Always for better visibility, B. In tunnels or poor visibility, C. When driving in residential areas, D. Only during rain. Answers is B. In tunnels or poor visibility. Dipped headlights' low beams must be used during the day in tunnels, and whenever visibility is poor due to fog, heavy rain, snow, or other atmospheric conditions. Question 15. What does this sign indicate for cyclists? A. Mandatory cycle track, B. No cycling allowed, C. Pedestrian zone, D. Shared path. Answers is A. Mandatory cycle track. This blue circular sign with a white bicycle symbol indicates a mandatory cycle track. Cyclists must use this path, and other vehicles are generally prohibited from entering it. Question 16. What does this sign indicate for drivers? A. Pedestrian crossing ahead, B. Children crossing, C. Pedestrian zone, D. No pedestrians allowed. Answers is A. Pedestrian crossing ahead. This warning sign, a red triangle with a black pedestrian crossing, indicates a pedestrian crossing ahead. Be prepared to stop for pedestrians crossing the road. Question 17. When may you overtake on the right in the Netherlands? A. When the left lane is slow, B. When traffic is queuing or in specific situations, C. Always on a road, D. Never. Answers is B. When traffic is queuing or in specific situations. Overtaking on the right is generally prohibited. Include queuing traffic, driving on a roundabout, or when a vehicle signals a left turn and leaves sufficient space on the right. Question 18. What does this sign signify for drivers? A. Max speed 50 km per hour, B. Min speed 50 km per hour, C. Recommended speed 50 km per hour, D. End of speed limit. Answers is A, max speed 50. This red circular sign with the number 50 indicates a maximum speed limit of 50. You must not exceed this speed at any time while the limit is in effect. Question 19. When driving in a residential area of, what is the maximum speed limit? A, 50 km per hour, B, 15 km per hour walking speed, C, 30 km per hour, D, 20 km per hour. Answers is B, 15 walking speed. This sign indicates a residential area VUNF or UF. In these areas, the maximum speed limit is walking pace, typically interpreted as 15 or less, and pedestrians have priority. Question 20. When is it mandatory to give way to a tram in the Netherlands? A, only when it approaches from the right, B, always unless by signs, C, never trams give way, D, only when turning left. Answers is B, always unless by signs. Trams generally have priority over other traffic in the Netherlands, even when turning, unless traffic signs or lights specifically indicate otherwise. Always be cautious around trams. Question 21. What does this sign mean for heavy goods vehicles? A, no overtaking for goods vehicles. B, goods vehicles only. C, end of no overtaking. D, max speed for goods vehicles. Answers is A, no overtaking for goods vehicles. This sign, similar to the general no overtaking sign, but with a lorry, specifically prohibits goods vehicles from overtaking other motor vehicles. It does not apply to passenger cars. Question 22. When changing lanes, what is the correct procedure? A, signal then change lane quickly. B, look, signal, check, then move. C, just signal and move over. D, only check mirrors. Answers is B, look, signal, check, then move. The proper procedure for changing lanes involves looking in mirrors, signaling your intention, performing a shoulder check blind spot, and then smoothly moving into the next lane when safe. Question 23. What does this sign mean? A, road works ahead. B, uneven road. C, dangerous area. D, road closed. Answers is A, road works ahead. This warning sign, a red triangle with a figure working on the road, indicates road works ahead. Drivers should reduce speed, be alert for workers, and follow any temporary instructions. Question 24. What is the primary rule for parking in front of an entrance or exit? A, you can park for a few minutes. B, it is always prohibited to park. C, only allowed if owner permits. D, allowed at night. Answers is B, it is always prohibited to park. Parking in front of an entrance or exit to a property is always prohibited. This ensures access is not obstructed for residents, businesses, or emergency services. Question 25. What does this sign indicate? A, proceed straight only. B, no entry. C, one-way street. D, roundabout ahead. Answers is A, proceed straight only. This blue circular sign with a white arrow pointing upwards indicates proceed straight. It mandates that drivers can only continue straight ahead at the intersection or road section. Question 26. When approaching a railway crossing with barriers, what should you do if the red lights flash? A, drive carefully if no train. B, stop immediately, wait for lights off. C, cross quickly. D, proceed if the barriers are up. Answers is B, stop immediately, wait for lights off. A flashing red light at a railway crossing means a train is approaching or present. You must stop immediately and wait until the lights stop flashing and the barriers are fully open. Question 27. What is the correct action if you approach this sign? A. Stop then give way. B. Give way without stopping. C. Proceed with caution. D. You have priority. Answers is A. Stop then give way. The octagonal stop sign means you must come to a complete stop before the stop line, or if none, at the intersection, and give way to all before proceeding safely. Question 28. What is the primary reason for keeping a safe following distance? A. To avoid speeding. B. To allow time to react and stop. C. To intimidate other drivers. D. To make parking easier. Answers is B. To allow time to react and stop. A safe following distance allows you enough time and space to react to sudden changes in traffic, such as the vehicle ahead braking unexpectedly, and to stop safely. Question 29. What does this sign warn you about? A. Steep ascent ahead. B. Steep descent ahead. C. Slippery road. D. Uneven road. Answers is A. Steep ascent ahead. This warning sign with an car and indicates a steep ascent ahead, meaning a gradient of 10%. Prepare to shift to a lower gear if needed. Question 30. What must you do when turning left at an intersection with oncoming traffic? A. Turn quickly to beat traffic. B. Give way to oncoming traffic. C. You always have priority. D. Only give way to trams. Answers is B. Give way to oncoming traffic. When turning left, you must give way to oncoming traffic that is proceeding straight or turning right. This is a fundamental priority rule at intersections. Question 31. What does this sign indicate? A. Start of a motorway. B. Start of a highway. C. End of a motorway. D. Motor vehicle route. Answers is A. Start of a motorway. This blue rectangular sign with a white motorway symbol the start of a motorway. Specific rules apply, such as minimum speed and no stopping on the hard shoulder. Question 32. When is it permissible to use a mobile phone handheld while driving? A. When stuck in heavy traffic. B. Never, it is prohibited. C. Only to make an emergency call. D. When pulled over briefly. Answers is B. Never, it is prohibited. Using a handheld mobile phone while driving is strictly prohibited in the Netherlands. You must use a hands-free system or be stationary with the engine off to use your phone. Question 33. What does this sign allow? A. Mandatory turn right. B. No right turn. C. Right turn advisory. D. Turn right or straight. Answers is A. Mandatory turn right. This blue circular sign with a white arrow turning right means mandatory turn right. You must turn right at the junction or point where this sign is displayed. Question 34. What does this sign mean? A. No parking. B. No stopping. C. Parking zone. D. Loading zone. Answers is A. No parking. This sign, a blue circle with a single red diagonal line, means no parking. You can stop briefly to pick up or drop off passengers or goods, but not park your vehicle. Question 35. What must you do when you see this sign? A. Be alert for children. B. Slow down for pedestrians. C. School ahead, stop. D. Play area ahead. Answers is A. Be alert for children. This warning sign, a red triangle with silhouettes of children, indicates children nearby, often near schools or playgrounds. Reduce speed and be extra cautious. Question 36. What is generally true regarding parking near a bus stop? A. Allowed if no bus present. B. Parking is prohibited at bus stops. C. Only short stops allowed. D. Allowed during off-peak hours. Answers is B. Parking is prohibited at bus stops. Parking, and often stopping, is prohibited at bus stops and tram stops to ensure public transport can stop and depart without obstruction. Always check local signs. Question 37. What does this sign indicate? A. One-way road. B. Proceed straight. C. No entry. D. Two-way traffic. Answers is A. One-way road. This blue rectangular sign with a white arrow pointing upwards indicates a one-way road. All traffic must flow in the direction of the arrow. Overtaking on the right may be permitted. Question 38. When should you use your fog lights at the front? A. In heavy rain. B. Visibility less than 50 meters. C. When driving at night. D. Always in winter. Answers is B. Visibility less than 50 meters. Front fog lights may be used when visibility is severely by fog, snow, or heavy rain. Rear fog lights are only permitted when visibility is less than 50 meters due to fog or snow. Question 39. What does this sign mean for drivers? A. Uneven road ahead. B. Speed bump. C. Road works. D. Slippery road. Answers is A. Uneven road ahead. This warning sign, a red triangle with a wavy road surface, indicates an uneven road ahead. Reduce speed to maintain control and prevent damage to your vehicle. Question 40. Who has priority at an intersection with identical road markings and no signs or traffic lights? A. Vehicle going straight. B. Vehicle turning left. C. Traffic from the right. D. Vehicle turning right. Answers is C. Traffic from the right. In the absence of traffic signs, lights, or specific markings, the general rule of priority from the right applies at intersections in the Netherlands. Question 41. What does this sign indicate for all vehicles? A. No entry for all vehicles. B. No entry for motor vehicles. C. Road closed ahead. D. Stop and wait. Answers is A. No entry for all vehicles. This round red sign with a horizontal white bar means no entry for all vehicles in both directions, that no traffic is allowed to enter that particular road. Question 42. What is required before turning right on a red traffic light? A. A specific sign permitting it. B. It is generally not permitted. C. Only after stopping completely. D. If no pedestrians are crossing. Answers is B. It is generally not permitted. In the Netherlands, turning right on a red traffic light is generally not permitted unless there is a specific sign e.g., a green arrow indicating it is allowed and safe to do so. Question 43. What does this sign mean? A. Road for motor vehicles. B. Motorway ahead. C. No entry for pedestrians. D. Minimum speed limit. Answers is A. Road for motor vehicles. This blue rectangular sign with a white car symbol indicates a road for motor vehicles. Specific rules apply, often with a higher speed limit than normal roads, but less strict than motorways. Question 44. What does this sign warn about? A. Falling rocks. B. Slippery road. C. Uneven road. D. Steep descent. Answers is A. Falling rocks. This warning sign with falling rocks indicates falling rocks or debris from a cliff face, typically found in mountainous or hilly areas. Drive cautiously and be aware of obstacles. Question 45. What is the consequence of driving too close to the vehicle in front? A. Improved fuel efficiency. B. Increased risk of collision. C. Faster travel time. D. Easier overtaking. Answers is B. Increased risk of collision. Driving too close reduces your reaction time and stopping distance, significantly increasing the risk of a collision, especially if the vehicle in front brakes suddenly. Question 46. What does this sign indicate? A. Pass obstacle on right. B. Pass obstacle on left. C. Road narrows. D. Emergency lane. Answers is A. Pass obstacle on right. This blue circular sign with a white arrow pointing diagonally down to the right indicates pass obstacle on the right. You must drive on the right side of the obstruction. Question 47. What action should you take when approaching a zebra? A. Speed up to clear it. B. Be ready to stop for pedestrians. C. Only stop if pedestrians are already on it. D. Flashlights to warn pedestrians. Answers is B. Be ready to stop for pedestrians. At a zebra crossing, pedestrians always have priority. You must slow down and be prepared to stop to allow pedestrians to cross safely, even if they are just waiting to cross. Question 48. What does this sign warn about? A. Side wind. B. Falling rocks. C. Slippery road. D. Dangerous curve. Answers is A. Side wind. This warning sign depicts a wind sock, indicating side wind ahead. Drivers should grip the steering wheel firmly and be prepared for strong gusts that could affect vehicle stability. Question 49. What does this sign indicate for drivers? A. No right turn. B. Mandatory right turn. C. Right turn ahead. D. Yield to right. Answers is A. No right turn. This red circular sign with a black arrow crossed by a red line means no right turn. Drivers are prohibited from making a right turn at the intersection or junction. Question 50. When should you check your mirrors? A. Only before changing lanes. B. Regularly and before maneuvers. C. When you hear a horn. D. Only when braking. Answers is B. Regularly and before maneuvers. Regular mirror checks are crucial for situational awareness. You should also check your mirrors before signaling, braking, changing lanes, or performing any maneuver to assess traffic.